If you'd been a visitor to the Tower of London last year, you'd have been amazed at the poppies pouring out of one of the walls into the moat below. It was a great war memorial to remind us of what happened in 1918. And this is one of the poppies. It becomes a kind of visual memory flag because it reminds us of man's inhumanity to man. I'm going to play you a piece by Francis Poulenc, who was a teenager in 1918. And through the music, perhaps we might discover what his feelings were. What were the feelings of people in France at the end of the 1918 war? The first thing is its title. He calls it Perpetual Motion because that's what life is. And he shows that in the left hand. It goes right the way through the piece except for the final two bars, and it never varies. Then he superimposes over the left hand a tune in the right hand. But he says, play it mechanically, because he doesn't want anything that's too emotional. If you've been wounded by emotion, the last thing you want is to be reminded of that. And together. But being a teenager, he really likes to tease. And so every so often, you get something that's slightly out of key. And then a touch of jazz, because that's what everybody was beginning to listen to in Montmartre, in the cafes. So finally, his masterstroke, which reminds us that music is a mystery, just like life, are the plangent chords that happen at the very end of the piece. As the chord resonates through your ears, it reminds us of the mystery of music. It's a medicine to the mind, and it reminds us also of what the war was really about. So every time you hear that piece of music, rather like that visual flag, which reminds us of the Great War, so we're reminded that there were many, many ordinary people who suffered, and the piece of music becomes an oral flag.